Hello, Internet. Welcome to the Knowledge Realm, where like God, we do not roll dice and we do not believe in coincidences.
And you may call me V.
Humans love coincidences. Sure, they weird us out, but we are fascinated by the idea of things connected of just when they happened, even if they're completely random. So I compiled a list of events that happened the same year, and most of these will shock you and put history in a new perspective. Amanota, nicknamed famously as Pocahontas, was born in 1596, the same year that William Shakespeare's only son, Hamnet, died at the age of 11. Basketball was invented in 1891, and Carnegie Hall first opened its doors. What was its first show? A concert conducted by Tchaikovsky himself. The last dynasty of China, the Qin dynasty, ended in 1912. The emperor was overthrown the same year the Titanic sank. Most importantly, though, Oreos were created. Delicious McDonald's was founded in May 1940, originally opening as a barbecue restaurant, the same month and year that the first prisoners of Auschwitz arrived. In 1971, D.B. Cooper made his amazing robbery and escape out of a plane. The same year, Starbucks opened its first store in Seattle, Washington.
I heard a Starbucks!
1843, when the fax machine was invented, samurai were still around, and Abraham Lincoln's son, Robert, was born that year. Oh, and don't forget that the first wagon walked the Oregon Trail. The summer of 2007 was a big one, as Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows was published, and the first iPhone model was released. Marvel Comics, originally called Timely Comics, was founded by Martin Goodman in 1939, along with Glamour magazine, a few months prior to the start of World War II. In 1888, the first victim of Jack the Ripper was found in the streets of London. The next year, the company Nintendo was founded. Yep, Jack the Ripper was still preying on victims when Mario's father created his legacy. Hilarious Charlie Chaplin and dictator Adolf Hitler were born the same year, 1889. Also in 1889, the Eiffel Tower's construction was finished and was a part of the World's Fair, which happened to be the same year Vincent van Gogh painted Starry Night. In France, I might add. The first cartoon film with sound, Steamboat Willie, could be watched for the first time, and pre-sliced bread was first sold in 1928. The famous Pablo Picasso died in 1973.
Hey, Ham! Look! I'm Picasso!
Which is when Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon was released and Watergate went to trial. Rosa Parks died in 2005. The same year Christopher Nolan's Batman Begins was released, as well as Disney's TV show Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. Nuclear fission was discovered by chemists Otto Hahn and Fritz Strassmann in 1938, which was the first time Superman comics were published to the public. In 1989, the last emperor and ruler of Japan died of cancer this year, accompanying the fall of the Berlin Wall. 3 more individuals were born the same year, 1929, which were Martin Luther King Jr., Anne Frank, and Audrey Hepburn. Russian chemist Dmitry Mendeleev created the periodic table in 1869, while in America, the completion of the first transcontinental railroad was celebrated. Dazzling Marilyn Monroe and royalty Queen Elizabeth were born the same year, 1926. Most people know that President John F. Kennedy was shot this year, but the well-known author C.S. Lewis also died in 1963. In France, the last person to be executed by a government guillotine took place. What else happened this year? The first Star Wars movie, A New Hope, was released in theaters, Apple was incorporated, Charlie Chaplin died, and Elvis passed away.
Because he's Elvis. Yes!
June 18th was an interesting day in 2010. Beloved Toy Story franchise released their 3rd movie this day, as well as the last time a firing squad was used as a punishment in America. Elizabeth II was crowned Queen of England in 1953, very close in date to the first men who reached the top of Mount Everest and survived. Joseph Stalin also died this year. This year is most well known for the first men to land on the moon, 1969. The same year, many favorite restaurants were founded, including KFC, Wendy's, Long John Silver, Cracker Barrel, Mary Brown, Cheers, and Red Robin.